What if your next iPhone could run faster, use less battery, and stay cooler, all at the same time? Sounds like a dream, right? But according to new leaks, Apple might actually be getting close to making it happen with the iPhone 18 Pro. And the secret lies in something you can't even see: the A20 chip. Let's break it down in simple terms. We haven't even seen the iPhone 17 yet, but the iPhone 18 is already stealing some of the spotlight. It's expected to launch in 2026, and if these rumors are true, it could be one of Apple's biggest upgrades in years. Now you might be thinking, didn't the iPhone 17 already get a redesign? And didn't the iPhone 16 bring some chip changes? Yes, but the iPhone 18 Pro might go way beyond that. According to analyst Jeff Pugh, Apple's working on a brand new chip called the A20. This chip is expected to be built using Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company's 2-nanometer process. That's smaller than any iPhone chip we've seen before. Just to compare, the chip in the iPhone 15 Pro, the A17 Pro, uses a 3-nanometer process. Even the upcoming A18 and A19 chips will still stick to that same 3-nanometer tech, just more refined versions. But the A20, it's different. It's smaller, faster, and more efficient. In fact, this 2-nanometer chip is rumored to be 15% faster and could use up to 30% less power than the previous chip. That means better performance without draining your battery as quickly. Imagine using your phone for longer, even while doing heavy tasks like gaming or video editing. And there's more. The A20 might also come with a totally new chip layout, something called Wafer-Level Multi-Chip Module, or WMCM for short. In simple terms, this means the memory, the part that helps the phone run apps smoothly, could be placed much closer to the processor itself. What's the benefit? Less distance for data to travel means faster speeds and less heat. This could also help the iPhone run cooler, which usually means better battery life too. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Jeff Pugh believes this A20 chip won't just power the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max. It might also be used in Apple's first foldable phone, expected to be similar to the Galaxy Z Fold models. Imagine that. A foldable iPhone powered by one of the most efficient and powerful chips Apple has ever made. Of course, not everyone agrees. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo earlier said that all iPhone 18 models would have this 2-nanometer chip, but later, he changed his view, saying it will likely be just for the Pro models. Here's why this chip upgrade matters so much. Not just because it's faster. Honestly, most flagship phones are already super fast. What really makes a difference in everyday use is battery life and how cool your phone stays, even under stress. What if the next big Samsung foldable doesn't look very different, but still feels brand new? Well, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 might be exactly that. Something familiar but quietly upgraded in all the right ways. And the changes might surprise you, more than you think. Let's get into it. So, Samsung's next big foldables, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and the Z Flip 7, are just around the corner. And right before launch, we now have solid details about the Fold 7's display, design, and even the processor inside it. And here's what stands out. Samsung didn't exactly redesign the Fold 7 from scratch, but they may have done something smarter. Let's talk display first. According to a reliable source, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 will have the same physical size as the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition. Now, if you've never heard of that version, it's because it was only sold in South Korea and China. It wasn't available in most countries. That special version had a few upgrades compared to the regular Fold 6, and it was clearly built to compete with foldables from Chinese companies like Oppo and Honor. Now here's the twist. While the Fold 7 is the same size as that special model, Samsung has made the bezels thinner. So even though the body didn't grow, the screen size did. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 had a display size of 7.6 inches. The new Fold 7 bumps that up to nearly 8.2 inches. It's not a massive change on paper, but in real-world use, that's going to feel a lot more spacious, especially when watching videos or multitasking. Even leaked images show the Fold 7 looking noticeably larger. That's mostly due to the thinner borders around the screen and slightly different proportions. It won't feel like a Fold 6 clone. In fact, for many users, this might be the first time they get something close to that limited special edition experience, without needing to import it from overseas. Now let's talk about power. There was a lot of back and forth over which processor Samsung would use in the Fold 7, but we finally have confirmation. It'll be the same Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, also known as the Snapdragon 8 Elite, that's inside the Galaxy S25 series. That's great news for anyone who was worried about performance. Samsung seems to be skipping Exynos once again, at least for this model. And to be honest, most users will be happy with that. Expect better battery efficiency, improved cooling, and fast performance overall. Now here's the thing. Samsung is going into this launch with low sales expectations. Foldables still haven't exploded in popularity like regular smartphones. Some brands are even stepping back from the foldable game entirely. But Samsung's still pushing forward, likely because they've been leading the space for a while now. They know this isn't going to sell like the Galaxy S series, but they're fine with that. Have you ever wondered what Google's next big Pixel phone might look like before it's even announced? Well, thanks to a leaked prototype of the Pixel 10 Pro, we're getting a very early peek. And it's not just pictures. We've got some real info here. The specs, design changes, and even the default ringtones. Let's break it all down. So, first things first, the Pixel 10 series might be announced on August 13th, and fans are already excited. But what's really new this time? The big upgrade lies in the processor. Unlike past Pixel phones that used Samsung's chips with small changes from Google, the Pixel 10 Pro will come with a brand new chip designed completely by Google. It's called the Tensor G5, and it's built from scratch. Here's the cool part. This chip isn't made by Samsung like before. It's made by Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, which is the world's top chip maker, using a super advanced 3-nanometer process. To be exact, their third-generation 3-nanometer process called N3P. This should make the chip more powerful and energy efficient. Now, a small mistake in the leaked info showed it was made with a 5-nanometer process. But that's just a typo. The real one is 3-nanometer confirmed. Let's talk specs. According to the leak, the Tensor G5 has the following setup. Cortex-X4 core for top performance, 2 Cortex-A725 cores for balance, 3 more Cortex-A725 cores for extra power, and 2 Cortex-A520 cores to save battery on light tasks. The phone in the leaked pictures is a DVT 1.0 model. That stands for Design Verification Test, which basically means it's an early prototype, not the final product. The code name for the chip is Blazer. Kinda cool. This model also packs 16 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. That's more than enough for most people. It's running Android 16, but it's not the quarterly platform release 1 version, which means it's likely a test build. The modem inside is the Exynos 5400 5G modem, the same one used in the Pixel 9 series. That may disappoint some since it's not a new modem, but it still supports strong 5G speeds. Now let's talk design. One of the first things you'll notice is the camera bar on the back. It now stretches closer to the edge of the phone than before. And the metal frame surrounding the rear glass looks thinner. The camera bump itself looks slightly thicker, so expect it to stand out more. Another small change is the SIM card tray. In the Pixel 6 Pro, it was at the bottom left. Now, in the Pixel 10 Pro prototype, it has moved to the top left side. Not a major deal, but interesting to see how the design has evolved. And here's something fun. The default ringtones and sounds have also leaked.